I'm Kat, an independent midwife from Wales. Welcome to the Mother of All Podcasts, where nothing is off the table of discussion. If it leaks, cries, swears, screams, goes up, but doesn't stay up, we're talking about it. It's time to get raw and real. Your no BS guide to pregnancy, preconception, birth, adolescence, wet dreams, wet in the bed, coming home pissed. Who knows? Whatever. We're just going to talk about it. Life in parenting doesn't come with a manual. Well, not a decent one anyway. So let's just create a podcast. Welcome to the Mother of All Podcasts. I don't even know where that come from.
That's good. That's good.
That's not even in it.
That's good.
Hi guys. Today we're going to be talking about first-time mums and home birth. This is the lovely Leah.
Hello.
And this is the lovely Bryony.
Hello.
Just want to introduce yourself and give your business a plug.
My business a plug. Yeah, so I am Leah. I have a business called Chrome Roses Pole Dance. So we've got pole dance studios in Cardiff and in Newport.
And you've got one baby.
I've got one baby, or two and a half year old now.
Who you had at home?
I had it at home. Yeah, Valentino,
Fab.
my gorgeous little boy.
What about you?
So I'm Bryony. I also had my first baby at home, who is down here somewhere, making noise out. And I have her and my stepson half the time at home as well.
Cool. So I'm just going to throw some questions at you. The reason why I wanted to bring you both on is lots of first-time mums are really scared of giving birth at home.
We are the rare ones,
You
aren't
are
we?
very-
I didn't realise.
I didn't
Yeah.
realise until you said.
Very, very rare. And I think both of you, I think you booked me at 34 weeks
Yes.
and you were 28-ish or earlier?
No, I was earlier. I was like 20.
Okay, we'll start with you. So at what stage during your pregnancy did you think, not me, but did you want a home birth?
I hadn't considered it not an option. So
Wow.
I hadn't considered the idea of giving birth
In a
in
hospital?
a hospital.
And
Until they told me that I had to give birth in a hospital.
Why was that your mindset?
I think because my mum had me and my sister at home, so
It was natural.
That was the norm for me, and I like being in control and in my own environment. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What had any of your friends had home births at that point?
Yes, at least 2.
Okay.
You'd think it put me off because the worst birth story I knew was a home birth,
Right, okay.
and funnily it put me off going into hospital.
Oh.
Did she end up in hospital or did she manage to birth at home?
She birthed at home and then had to be transferred into hospital.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, both. Yeah, just it was the only option for me.
That's really unusual because how old are they? Those your two friends who birthed at home?
So one's my age, one's 5 to 10 years older than me.
That's so unusual to have friends now in
Yeah.
this day and age because you're the friends who've birthed at home.
Yeah.
To actually have a group of friends that have had home births is wild. Why
I have
did
one
you?
more after now as well.
Really?
Yeah.
In Swansea?
I have
You've
found
started
out
a
that
trend.
my
Yeah.
friend's sister who birthed after me had a home birth in Swansea.
Planned?
Planned.
Fantastic. What made you want to have a home birth and how far into your pregnancy was it?
Mine was quite far actually, because I was convinced that I was going to be in hospital having a emergency C-section.
Yeah, because that was your...
Well, in my industry, lots of my friends I know who have had babies who have had the same, like, similar career to me, similar, like, body to me. They've all ended up emergency C-sections in hospital. So I was just thinking, well,
That's the norm.
it might just be something to do with me. Maybe, like, my body is very restrictive, very tight because of all the muscle or whatever. So I was like, more than likely, like, that's just going to have to happen. So I was like, well, that's what's going to be happening. So we were, like, preparing that was it. My best friend, had a baby. Not sure it was during lockdown or, like, coming out of it, but she had a ridiculously traumatic time, really, really horrible time in hospital. And she mentioned to me about doula. And so I investigated it a bit. Private midwives, I investigated for a bit. I was like, too expensive, no.
Yeah.
And then I just started reading up, because I like to investigate everything. Started reading up on, just how to birth safely and, like you said, be in control of everything. Like
There's definitely a type. I
know
think.
all the variables. Yeah.
No shit.
And then the more that I read up on it, the more I was like, if I want to be fiddled with, if I want to be cut open, if I want to be induced, if I want things to go wrong by what I'm looking at,
Let's go to hospital.
go to hospital. And my mum had me at home. I was a home birth.
I think that does make it feel
does.
more.
Yeah, my brother wasn't, but again, my mum had a horrible time with my brother, and then so she had me at home, like my gran.
Are
It was
you
it was
younger
the
then?
norm. I'm the younger one, yeah. So it was the norm back then. So the more I looked into it, the more I was like, I do not want to go into hospital
Yeah.
at all. And then, yeah, so then that's how it went, and I was the first. There's one girl, I know who then came with you, but apart from that, like I've been singing it to the rooftops.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's a fight.
yeah, I
it's a
don't get
fight.
many from your way.
Mm-mm.
Interesting what you say about what you do for a living and your body and things. It is a thing. So
Is it?
yeah,
You didn't tell me that.
especially with runners.
Didn't tell me that.
What
I've
is
only
it you do? Sorry.
So pole dancing.
Oh, okay. So a lot of muscle, a lot of
A
strength.
lot of muscle,
Yeah.
tight pelvic
And
floor.
I was riding as well at the time,
Horse
so yeah,
riding.
like the undercarriage is very tight.
Runners, anyone who active people basically, but very, very fit people, tight muscles, they don't actually realise what the effect that has on the pelvic floor. So you think, oh, you know, my pelvic floor is really good, it's good for birth. Sometimes it can be too tight.
Yeah.
That and control.
Yeah, but I think also like though if you are that level of fit, you are very body aware,
Yes,
so that paid dividends when I was actually giving birth.
absolutely. And if you do manage to labour spontaneously when you're an athlete, you will, 9 times out of 10, if you prep properly, have quite a straightforward, I'm not going to say pain-free or anything because it doesn't exist, a straightforward birth because you've put the effort in and your body can cope with it.
Yeah.
But it's to do with your body alignment.
Yeah.
So flipping over to you, can you just explain what you've got?
So I was going to say the opposite of
You
that.
are.
I do sports. I've done a lot of sports throughout my life. But I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So I am the opposite of...
She's
the
bendy.
type.
Yeah,
I'm really bendy.
You're loose,
And
So-
yeah, very.
very loose.
And dislocate.
And dislocate. And
Yeah.
definitely on the very too far spectrum. But I'm trying to think whether I knew at the start. No, I did. I knew before I got pregnant that would have an influence on... I'd thought about my pregnancy. I hadn't really thought about my birth. But I was worried about how it would mean for pregnancy and my hips staying in and all of that. But then also, especially when I got told, oh no, think about having a hospital birth, the actual advice for Ehlers-Danlos is plan for a home birth.
Because it can be really
It can
quick.
be really quick.
Oh.
So even if you don't want a home birth, plan for it so you've got the things in place.
And then just hope that there's a midwife.
And
Yeah.
then hope there's a midwife if
Yeah.
they're not on the M4.
But when you booked, when I did get there.
You did
when,
get
when you booked me, even then the hospital guidance for yourselves was to birth, not like the EDS guidance.
No, but the
was to
consultant that I had at hospital
Was to birth in
was to
hospital,
birth in hospital.
which is absolutely
Wait,
ridiculous.
because there's like a little flag then risk. You've got
'Cause she's
you've
got
got something.
EDS.
You've got something.
I've got something, yeah.
You need to be in
Yeah.
hospital.
It was I wouldn't have made it.
It was fast.
No, I barely made it. So, like, I know why you two wanted home births, and we'll get to Lewis, because he didn't want you to have one at first, did he? I remember you messaging me before I come out to your consultation.
Be convincing.
You hadn't met her and you said that.
This was literally on the phone when
Yeah,
we
we
were
were
talking
chatting
on the phone the first time. Yeah.
and had a consultation, and you were like my partner, because his sister
Yeah.
had a terrifying experience,
Very.
which planted a seed in him.
Yes.
He's proper, how can I say, hunter-gatherer, very protective, wanted to make sure you were safe kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was all that.
Yes.
So when we did the consultation, and he asked me like real good, genuine questions, and I could see the fear. What changed his mind, other than you getting your own way?
Well, I think there is an element of happy wife, happy life.
Yes.
In there.
But he was
Um,
genuinely petrified.
Yeah, well,
in
but
that
I think
consultation anyway.
because people associate birth with hospital.
Yeah.
That's what we're all led to believe is the safest thing to do. So, as with anything that's kind of outside of the wanted narrative,
Yeah.
it's trying to make them aware of the reasons why something else is maybe a bit safer and a bit more beneficial.
Yeah.
And obviously it's me that's doing all of the research into it, and then I just regurgitate that to him.
Yeah.
And to my mum as well, because again I was speaking to her, and from like initially, because I was the one who was relaying like I'm probably going to have to go to have a C-section, blah blah blah. So they then have got that then stuck in my head,
And then at
I'm then
34
quietly
weeks.
deciding something else, and then have come to terms with it. So they just then needed to catch up a little bit. But then he's like home birth advocate, like he waves the home birth flag.
He was
so
on board
much.
before the birth, though.
Yeah, absolutely. He was loving the fact that we didn't have to go to hospital, that you were coming around. He had a fantastic time.
I love him. He was wicked.
Yeah.
We were like mates in the end.
Yeah.
And what about Ben? I feel that he was on board from the first day I met him, to be honest.
From the first day you met him,
Yeah.
because
Like Leah.
we'd got there first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for him, I know it was like two things. So one,
Got the necklace.
she's got the necklace, she's happy. One was I had, you know, the clips you see of like one born every minute and that kind of thing,
Ooh,
right?
Yeah. Well, I try not to.
You try
but
not
yeah.
to. So I'd seen one of them, and that's when I decided that whatever home birth wasn't available on the NHS where I was at the time. And whether that was the case or not, I wasn't going to hospital because I'd seen one of those clips whilst I was pregnant. I used to quite like watching that show. And
It's toxic.
I watched it and I was like, they're putting it out there because it's got to count as like best practice or at least good enough. And I watched a woman, she had an epidural in, she was in stirrups. It was like an emergency situation. She got taken into theatre and they were using forceps. And I just watched all these people pour in and out of the room with nobody talking to her. And I had this thought of like, if that's my birth, for me personally, because of how I feel about being in control and all of those things, for me personally, that's like a high road to postnatal mental health issues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was Ben's first realisation because I made him rewatch it with me. And because, like you said, there's a narrative, it looks normal, but like stopping it and explaining each of the bits that I wasn't comfortable with.
Yeah.
And then finishing the conversation with, well, maybe I'll just birth on my own in the shower and not tell anyone.
Yeah.
He got hold of you the next day. Because that was the bit he wasn't comfortable with, that idea, was birthing on my own in the shower without telling anyone.
Well, I think that's most dads' fears. Because I had a lady book me, I think she was 37 weeks. She'll definitely be listening to this and she'll know what I'm on about. And that was her husband, because she was going to free birth. And he was like...
I didn't actually want to.
No, I know. And
but
she did. She did want to, because she didn't feel like even if she had a home birth in the system, it wouldn't be what she wanted to.
Yeah.
So she was going to free birth, and then he was like, fuck no, are you putting me in this position? How much is it going to cost to get someone here? Kind of thing. Which is horrible, because I hate monetizing what I do. It's gross. I can't stand it. I wish I could do it for free. But it is different.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you've had friends who've birthed in the NHS.
Yep.
Have they spoke about it? Is it different, like from what you've heard?
Yes.
Yeah. How? Why?
Continuity of care is
Yeah.
probably the biggest one that comes up. So even people that have, say I said like I now know someone's had a home birth.
Yeah.
It's still not somebody that you know.
Mhm.
Like you've still got to deal with
a stranger
in that situation, and I
If-
can't even imagine it
No, because you haven't had
because
it.
I haven't had it, and that's also been incredibly strange to then have conversations with people that,
Yeah.
like, you, I don't know about you, but you end up talking to somebody at slightly cross purposes. 'Cause
Yeah. and you're in a very vulnerable place, and you don't know who they are. You don't really know their intentions, or if they're aligning with what you want.
Yeah.
With you, because I'd spent so much time with you, you knew exactly what I wanted. I was comfortable around you. It was just made everything just really easy. Yeah.
I don't even remember looking up when you came in.
Well, she was my first birth as an independent midwife.
Oh, that's cool.
I should have said that, actually.
Thank God for the timing. The stars aligned.
I know. But was there a home birth service when you booked me or no? Can you remember?
It was inconsistent.
Okay.
What they were telling me and what was happening were two different things.
So is that why you went independent?
Yeah, so I wanted to go MLU,
Yeah.
first of all, because I wanted a water birth. I was determined. I was like, I want to be in the water. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. Every single different midwife I saw, like, yeah, that's no problem. And then I just kept seeing feedback from other people online that the units kept closing.
Yeah.
I've got a student actually who is a midwife, and she kept telling me that the units kept closing because of lack of staff.
Mm-hmm.
And the home birth services, although they were telling me, yes, if you want a home birth, you can have a home birth, I knew they were being
They
cancelled.
can't guarantee it on the day. It's still the same now. And when I speak to people about it, my biggest frustration is just be honest. So because not everyone can afford a doula, or it's very rare that someone can, or an independent midwife. But
at
just
least
be
then
honest.
You're
You've
able
got
to
choice.
make an informed decision
Yeah.
then. If you know that there's potential that you're going to have a home birth, there's potential that you could plan a home birth, and then you
And then
call
you've
up
got to
and
go
say,
in.
I'm in labour, and they say, sorry, there's
Yeah.
no one. Like, if you know that that's a possibility, you can plan things better. If you
Yeah.
don't, you're just left in the dark, again, in one of your most vulnerable moments. It's horrible.
Or you won't labour.
No.
There
Sorry, you're
wasn't.
going to end up with my boob in this constantly.
There wasn't. We were talking about breastfeeding before you come in. Actually, there wasn't a home birth service when you planned your home birth. But if there
They did say it was going to be open.
Yeah.
They did. I don't know. I think with my previous, with having Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it wasn't something when I was younger that was recognised.
Yeah.
in NHS. So I have a healthy cynicism
Oh, absolutely.
when told things
Yeah.
by doctors. So when they were like, "Oh yeah, it's going to be open, but it's been this many years," I was like, "It's not though, is it?"
Yeah. And
then
it wasn't actually.
And they won't do the birth planning with you. So I'm like, so it's really not. And
Yeah.
so yeah, I was told that there would be, but I was pretty damn confident that
That it wouldn't be. If they would have guaranteed a service, would have you still gone private? It's a hard question, isn't it? Because you
If they
didn't get that
guaranteed
choice.
No.
If you could be guaranteed a home birth within the system,
I don't think I really knew that private was an option, so I think I probably would have.
would have just gone along.
I
You wouldn't have known any different.
I wouldn't have known any different.
Yeah.
If I could have had it at home, her at home, then yes, I probably would have gone along with that if I had confidence that they'd have turned up.
Yeah.
But having gone through the experience with you, if I was to do it again, which I'm not, even if I had that option, I would go private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so. I know you, and I truly believe you don't want any more children. You're definitely
One
having
done.
more.
Yeah.
But future daughter-in-laws,
I know. I
We
just
spoke about this.
I would harass them.
would you?
You better still be going.
I've got clients that have actually got a pot that they're saving for their kids to have
Can you
private
just still be going
maternity
in,
care.
50 years' time when he has a child.
I love that you're putting that 50 years.
Yeah, a long time.
I mean, I don't even know what. It's horrible. I don't even know what the home birth service is going to look like in 10 years, never mind in 30 years. But I've got daughters and a daughter-in-law, and it's the biggest thing in the forefront of my mind at the moment. Like, I'm hoping they'll want me at their births, but at the moment they're saying they don't. But I'm like, you wait.
But your mum, you as a mum or you as a midwife?
As a midwife.
Yeah.
But I will pay for an independent midwife to look after them if they don't want me to, even if they want a hospital birth. It's absolutely, I want them to have that continuity of care. When you were thinking, I want a home birth, what was because you must have had a fear. You must have had something that's like, You could. There's no way you'd be 100% confident in it. So you must
No.
have had questions going through your mind when you were choosing.
It was mostly about, will I have to go to hospital?
Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it?
Yeah. Because
It's not like, oh, will I bleed at home?
no,
For me, it was will I bleed
Well,
because
it's-
I was told that it was likely
Because of her.
because of my EDS, but I also didn't believe that, so.
And you didn't.
And I didn't. So.
also one part of it was that my neighbour's going to come past.
Yeah, that's always one.
Yeah.
And you don't actually care.
No,
when you're in
I
it.
did not care
No,
at all.
At all.
Do you know what I find really funny is I had got to 30-something weeks, right? And we were planning like where to put the birth pool and all of that kind of thing. I suddenly got this thing in my head. I was like, what if I go into labour during the day? Like, it had never occurred to me that I might labour in the day.
What? Oh, because of your neighbours?
Yeah, because of neighbours and because of having curtains and like all of these things. I was like, oh, I hadn't.
It's quite unusual. And I was at home birth yesterday, guys. That was a day. She laboured during the day and birthed at like 8 p.m. And I was leaving her this morning and I was like, I can't remember when I literally cannot remember, because yours was early in the morning,
Yeah.
yours was late at the night. So sometimes it's because we're mammalials, we're mammals, and we birth when we feel most safe and
Yeah.
everything's quiet. But it's very, I cannot remember the last time I had a birth. And if there's a lady out there who birthed in the middle of the day, please message me, because my brain's gone. Majority of home births
In the night.
Oh, so it's a
happen
logical
during the night. No, it is.
thought. Okay.
And it's all to do with the
It's dark, it's
oxytocin.
quiet.
It's dark, it's quiet. We want to hide.
Yeah.
Like if you think of a cat when it goes into labour, it goes to a
takes-
wardrobe, takes
Which
itself
then,
off somewhere.
if you're thinking hospitals, you're thinking bright lights, no privacy, lots of noise.
Yeah, and
My friend said
even
that who had to go in, she was like, as soon as there was strip lights, that
Yeah.
was
You're
it. Like,
done.
we'll get bets off. And she was messaging me at the time, and I was like, just make yourself a tent out of your sheet and just hide.
Hold it
Yeah.
around you.
Go under the bed.
It is, and it's quite sad, like, because I know everyone knows you've had a home birth in your little community, and I've had inquiries from people in your community, but even they don't go forward with it.
I know. So frustrating.
Why? Why do you think
No,
it is?
I don't know. I don't know. I wish that they could all just. I think there's just.
It makes you so
there's-
stressed.
there's-
It makes me stressed at least.
No, yeah.
There's too much trust in the system, which I really don't understand. Really don't understand it.
Do you think your mum had a home birth and so did you? So I don't suppose they would have put you off, but do you think it's an element of their elders being like, well, what do you mean you're having a home birth? Because quite a lot of my clients don't tell their families that they're having one.
Yeah, you've got to break the mold, haven't you?
Yeah.
And like stepping out of the norm is something that is, you've got to, be quite willing to put yourself then out there for a bit of scrutiny.
Did you tell everyone you were having a home birth?
I think so.
Did you?
Yeah,
'Cause
my
I-
mum was just stressed that you wouldn't be able to come. She's like,
Yeah.
what if she's ill?
My mum, what if she has a car crash on the way
It's
to...
that they're genuine concerns.
Yeah.
The one that bothers me the most that family asks when they're like, well, what happens in an emergency? And I've just got to brush it off because they're asking out of a place of care, but I want to be like, would you ask a hospital midwife that?
Yeah.
And we're the same,
Yeah.
but different, if that makes any sense. But I love it when dads, because Lewis asked me that, I love it when dads ask me because they're logical.
Yeah.
And he did, which was lush. Have you had any like bad reactions to so when you were telling people that you were having a home birth, did you have any people like in utter fear who were like planting seeds of what ifs kind of thing?
Not before, but after.
After.
I've had a lot of comments after. And I think it's people not thinking, but it's people that know that I've had a home birth. And then making comments of things like, I wouldn't risk my child or something like
wow.
that. And I'm like literally with her on my lap. I was like,
Have they got kids?
yeah.
Have they had birth trauma?
Some, yeah.
It's really, birth trauma is huge.
So I just have
and-
to be a bit like,
Yeah, and majority of my clients have come to me because they've had birth trauma, but when it's embedded like that, it can actually make you only feel safe in the hospital, in a system, when actually it might have been more than likely that's what caused the birth trauma. So that's really
Yeah.
interesting.
I try not to respond to it because of that reason.
Yeah. And do you feel, we spoke about this, both of us, three of us, but not together. Do you feel like you can't vocalise how positive your birth was to people?
I vocalise mine all the fucking time.
Oh, I love that.
Sorry
I wish
for
I would.
swearing.
You
Like
don't?
people, cause people like say to me, because I have been vocal about
Yeah.
it, and we've chatted online in the past, and they've said like, yeah, you sound like you had an amazing time, and there's like, I don't know anyone who's had a positive birth story.
Yeah.
Everyone, all of my friends, like all of my students who I know who have given birth, like, and it's probably only recently because I've only been paying attention to
Yeah,
it
of
recently. But
course,
I love a birth story. Love it.
A big thanks to our sponsor, In-Home Flooring. Elevate your home with their beautiful stair runners. Don't forget to mention Mother of All Podcasts. You'll get 10% off at your home visit. For more info, go to www.inhomeflooring.co.uk.
They've all had really shit times.
Yeah.
All had really shit times. And I'm like, mine was fucking amazing. Like, yes, it was horrible because there was something coming out of my
Yeah.
vagina, but it was amazing.
Joking at that.
Like sometimes,
thing.
sorry, I literally, the amount of times I've sat there and be like, I'd love to just relive it because
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just wild and there's nothing.
But no second.
No, because it was also not perfect, but it couldn't have gone really any better.
It was textbook.
And
But
you're
it doesn't
just-
mean it's not wild. That's
but you
the
just
misconception.
go like into this place in your head that is just like the wildest high,
Yeah.
and you're never going to experience that.
I know. It's quite sad though, isn't it?
It's insane.
The lady who birthed last night, she got out her pool after baby was born and everything, and I was like, right, now you need to come back into this world.
Yeah.
And she was like,
No,
oh,
thanks.
wow,
Yeah.
that is literally it, because it's out of worldly, and when
Yeah.
you can take yourself to that place, it's addictive.
It was, absolutely. If like, tell me what drug that is, I'll start taking it.
It's oxytocin. We carry it with
But
us every
then
day.
again, like a come down, I suppose.
Oh.
Then I was sat on the bed afterwards, and I felt like I had been on an absolute bender, and that I'd been run over by about 10
It's
buses.
horrible.
And
It's the
oh my
biggest
god,
come down of your life.
Do you remember what I did?
Yeah, your blood sugars.
I ate an entire box of cakes on that come down.
That was not nice.
wow.
So, like, her dad had to take her. And
Because
I
you were
just
just
lay in bed
uncontrollably
shaking.
shaking, like glucose things. I'll guide you through your births, because we could just be on you for 7 hours otherwise.
Fine.
We'll start with you, because you were my first. So, can you just quickly tell the story about where your waters broke?
It was very sunny. It was like a day like today, which is boiling hot, and we were Fonskerry Beach, one of those, which is just like beautiful, rocky, overlooking the sea, and
Oxytocin driven.
yeah, we were chilling, and Lewis had gone in the car to then go and get some beers because it was too sunny to not drink. And I was just sat there with my feet in the water, splashing, and I was sat on a towel, and then I just looked down at the towel, and I was like, I was like, I haven't been in the water.
Like, that's not the
It's
sea.
wet, and I was like tapping it with my finger, and I was like, I'm just going to shift back a little bit on the towel and see. And then same thing happened again, and I was like,
How many times until you realised?
only the two shuffles, and then I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have to tell Lewis.
And he's a stress.
I'm gonna have to tell him, and I know instantly he's just gonna go into, oh my god, I can't do this.
Baby's on its way.
Yeah.
Like the movies.
And then so he then came back with his beers, all happy with his plant, and I was like, oh. And I was like, babe, I was like, I don't want to alarm you, but I think my waters have broken. He's like, what? Let me see. And then, cat.
I was like,
Straight
smell
away.
it. And you were like, why? And I said, does it smell like sperm? And you were like, yeah, your waters have gone. So
I've still got the picture of
for anyone
my pants
asking,
on my gallery.
oh my God.
Some-
Have you?
amniotic fluid smells like spunk. There's a little tip
Looks
for you
like
all out
spunk.
there. If you think your waters have gone, do the sniff test. If it smells very metallic-y and like sperm, your waters have gone.
Yeah.
And then you had to wear his boxer shorts.
Yeah, you said, no, don't rush, stay there, have a
Yeah,
good time.
chill
and so
out,
then Lewis
have a
is like,
beer.
I've spoken to Kat, everything is calm now, I'm fine. So then
Fine.
he then just carries on drinking. I've got to then change into his boxers. He had spare socks in the boot of his car, so I basically just had to like use them
Use
as
it
a
as a
pad.
pad.
Because all this is drip, drip, drip. Like, so everything is just slowly seeping out of me. And then his friends, they go, oh, hiya, the waters have just broke. And I'm like,
I
so
want
we're
to
going to have to go home, babe. I was like, because
Yeah.
I'm running out of socks. I'm just soggy.
And then quickly remind me, how many days was it till you birthed? Because the guidance is 24 hours after your waters have gone
After, yeah.
to be induced.
So I think it was the Tuesday afternoon that my waters broke.
And when was little Tino born?
Thursday morning.
Thursday morning. So
Outside of the guidelines.
outside of the guidelines. In a pool, at home.
That did stress me out though a bit because as soon as
know,
that
it's
happened,
hard.
I was like, I'm on the clock now.
Yeah, but you
which is
weren't
really-
with me. But even though you knew that was okay, and I was like, I'll do whatever you want to do as long as you're aware of the very, very small risk.
Yeah.
It's the seed's planted, isn't it? Because it's out there
It was just annoying. But I would have stayed at home and
indefinitely.
kept dripping until you'd gone, Leah, I think we need to do something now.
Well, the longest lady I've looked after post waters breaking, she birthed 5 days, and then just before Christmas, a lady who her waters went prematurely. I think they were 32 weeks, and she birthed at 35 weeks. So it's just guidance.
Yeah.
But you do need mental strength.
Yeah.
To continue on your plan when something doesn't quite go to what fits the system.
Because even with that, I was thinking still, like, I'm still in the safest place. Like, I'm in my own house with
Your
all of
own
my own
microbiome,
germs and
yeah.
bacteria. If we went into hospital, someone wants to start shoving fingers at me or whatever there is that
Yeah.
they're going to do. Like, how
That's
is
the
that?
risk of
How is that
infection.
going to
How
be
is that better?
beneficial?
Yeah.
Yeah. How is that going to be safe?
Just to touch on, I remember coming out to see you because obviously I was checking you daily then, and you were a little bit twitched. I don't know if you remember this, and it was actually Lewis who was like, well, we're all right at home though because we're in our own germs here, and I was like, oh, he is 100% on board.
Yeah, he's good.
On board. And then you gave birth at home in a pool, drinking a porn star martini.
Espresso martini.
Espresso martini.
Espresso martini that I'd saved
While
especially.
Lewis
yeah.
was having a can. Do you remember that?
I can't remember. I can't remember a
told
lot
him
because I
to.
had my eyes closed.
I said it was
literally for the
okay.
whole thing. Yeah.
And then, did he have a fag?
Oh yeah,
And you
I remember
smelt
him
that
having a
'cause
fag.
you
I
were
remember
going mad.
spitting something at him at one point because he was trying to feed me.
Yeah.
Because it was going
Well,
on
you've
for a
got to
little while.
feed.
So like the little smoothie's fantastic.
Yeah.
You don't want to eat anything, just drink
a
something.
smoothie.
But yeah, he was just my my gas and air boy, hunched over, bless him, in the same position for hours.
Did I get to you at like 3 or 4
It
a.m.?
was early in
It's
the,
on the
I think it might have been
phone.
earlier than that.
Because I send you the voice note on his birthday.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm not
I'm
far.
on my way,
I won't
yeah.
be long.
It's
And then
roadworks.
he was born at 7:30
I
something.
don't know.
It's your kid, not mine.
I don't know.
I think in total you had like a 5-hour labour. Really?
Felt longer.
On paper.
Felt a lot longer.
On paper, it was probably less than that. I was saying this to my lady this morning. On paper, your labour was 55 minutes. And she was like, it wasn't. I was
Yeah.
like, I know it wasn't. You
Tell
were
that to my
contracting.
insides.
Yeah. Contracting for like 12 hours on and off. And you are in
I just remember
wild.
crying.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening. When's it going to be over?
In about 10 minutes of transition. And your waters went in a funny place as well.
My waters went in pregnancy yoga.
Oh, it worked then.
Oxytocin.
Yeah.
See?
I'd been like on and off for God knows how long.
Yeah.
Of like contractions stop and stuff. And I'd said to you, like, is it a stupid idea?
And I was like, no, you should
Absolutely
go.
not go. And to be fair, I did the whole thing. And got to like the Shavasana at the end and clearly did just relax.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Did you then do a...
Yeah.
Not too big.
Oh, no,
No,
sorry.
so you roll out onto your left hand side and I felt something move. And then I sat up and I was like, all right, either my water's gone or I've weed myself. This is really embarrassing because I'm not sure which.
I weed myself so many times towards the end.
I sat there and waited for everyone else to start packing up and then just really quietly took myself to the toilet, and then they really went, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not weeing myself. And thankfully somebody else like put my mat away for me and stuff.
I
did
the
have to
dramatic
text-
gush. I wanted the Hollywood
You
gush.
got it.
I didn't get the gush, I got the drip.
You probably got the gush, but didn't realise that you got
You had
the
a
gush.
towel for the gush.
No.
You needed socks.
Whereas
I
like,
was just a leaky tap
You
for
got the
hours.
gush.
I managed to not get anything on the yoga mat, but I did text the instructor the next day and be like, you might want to check the mats, like.
And what that was-
because I hadn't told her or anything.
Was that like 6:30?
6:37, I think.
And then
that
you
yoga
walked
finished.
home,
I walked up the steepest hill in Swansea.
and then rang me, or Ben rang me, can't remember.
I think
Well, me and you were on the
Ben
phone.
must have messaged you because I was on the phone to you as I was walking up the hill, and I thought I was being like really cool, and like I was having to stop as I was contracting on the way. I was like, it was fine, and then my friend who was pregnant at the time, who was walking with me, was like, you weren't fine. I was like,
No.
fair enough. Yeah, went home.
Had food, or tried.
Yeah, so
Food's a biggie.
got my partner's son went to stay with my friend for the night because that was the plan. And then, yeah, had a curry, tried to go to bed, lay in bed for a while, decided that wasn't going to work,
Yeah.
got up, got in the shower,
Twitched.
decided that wasn't going to work.
What time did Ben ring me? Because I know we spoke, and then I was like, you were like, no, it's fine.
That was before I'd had dinner and before I'd laid
Yeah.
down. I wasn't fine by the
No.
time I got out of the shower.
But I can't mind read.
No, and I'm not very expressive in this
No.
fact. So it wasn't until you'd said wait an hour
Yeah.
and I was back in the shower by this point. I lasted 7 minutes because I said, but Ben, my partner's smart enough to know that I wasn't going to like the word wait an hour.
Yeah.
So he didn't. He said, Kat said just wait and see what happens. Wait for a bit and then I'll get back in touch with her. And I remember had like, to be fair, I waited for like 3 or 4 contractions. So I was like, right, if they're about 5 minutes apart, I've waited a good while now. And said to Ben, I was like, how long were we supposed to wait? Because I think it's been long enough. How long has it been? No, how long were we supposed to wait? And he said, an hour. I said, well, how long has it been? He said, do you actually want to know? Yes, I want to know. He's like, 7 minutes. I was like, well, tell Kat to fucking come now.
And I did.
Oh, it was
Oh.
important because you're on the way.
Oh, bless.
Oh. No expressing? Oh. What was that all about? I have no idea. She wanted you sooner. She wanted you sooner. What's up? You never do this. You never do this. Was I talking to somebody else? Oh, you just choked on a massive piece of rice cake. Have a baby. Wash it down. Apologies for
Good
No,
old
don't worry, we can
boobs.
cut that bit out.
video editing.
It's fine. So, what time did she give birth? What
I
time
had her
did
at
you
2.
give birth?
I had her at 2 in the morning.
So, Waters went at 6:30, started contracting quite soon. 2 in the morning,
No,
8
no, no.
hours. First time
Wow.
mum, home birth.
Wowzers.
What would you say to a first time mum who's like, oh, I'm thinking of having a home birth, but I'm a bit scared. Don't really know what to do. I'm scared of whatever, blah, 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 blah. You get it all the time.
Yeah.
So
do,
what do you-
do
what-
your research.
what- yeah.
Clue yourself up on it. I read a really good book.
Positive.
Positive
Birth
Birth
book,
book.
yeah.
I listened to it and it was fantastic because it like explained like everything that happens.
Yeah. All the science, all the physiology.
Yeah, reasons behind things, but also then it made me then realise like when something was happening, it was like, oh, I've heard about this, like
Yeah.
this is all fine. But also I went on some even though I wasn't planning on free birthing Facebook groups.
Yeah.
And people in there were constantly just putting in like their stories and what was happening. So just watching and listening and reading about lots of
Positive birth.
successful births
Yeah.
was really useful and gave me just lots of confidence that like there's loads of people out there doing this, and
It is normal.
yeah, and they were all telling about their experiences, and from leading all their birth stories, again, something would happen and be like, oh, like I know that this is. There was nothing on there. I was thinking like, oh, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
It's
It
just
is knowledge,
cluing
isn't
yourself
it?
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember that even whilst I was having her, I've always liked birth. Like when I left my first engineering job, I was like, oh, maybe I'll look at being a midwife. And
Yeah.
then went back to engineering. But so I've always liked that side of things. Always liked watching, reading, everything. And there's an American gynecologist, but like not a typical doctor one.
Oh, I know who he is. Yeah.
No, girl, a woman.
A man?
A woman.
Oh, a woman. Oh, okay.
And I'd like watched loads of that like in my life, not specifically when I was pregnant and stuff. And I kept having bits of like those birth stories go through my head and stuff. I was like, oh, so that's that bit, and so that's
Yeah.
that bit, and just makes it not scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many people enter into pregnancy and birth and they're like hand over themselves to the...
Yeah.
But why wouldn't they? Like, we all know why you shouldn't, but when we've been brought up with a system that's portrayed to know everything that's right for you,
Yeah.
why wouldn't they know what
They
to
care
do with
about
you when
you and
you're
they have your best interests at
when you're
heart.
pregnant. Is there anything that you would change about your home births? If you were...
I wouldn't change hers,
Yeah.
but I would like to actually get to a pool at some point.
Yeah. She didn't make
Oh, so you
the
didn't
pool.
get into the
Oh, no,
birth?
I didn't
Oh,
make-
gutted. I was
I
as
made
early
it.
as I
I've
could.
I've got to say,
got
I
in
made
there.
it into the shower. I got out of the shower because I turned it up too much. I puked in the toilet, and I birthed her over the nappy bin next to the toilet. I did not move.
Did I throw up?
How many
I threw up
times?
as
Yeah,
well,
you
didn't
did
I?
throw
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
How many times did we ask if you wanted to move? You just couldn't. You just can't. When you're stuck in your place
Like-
of where you...
I was talking about it really recently, actually, like, because we were talking about if something bad had happened and if you needed to get transferred. I was like, you do what you needed to do. And I think if you'd said to me, like,
Get up.
get up, like, her life or my life depends on it,
Of course you would.
100% I could have.
Yeah.
But just to get to the birth pool, I could not.
Like,
Like,
you can't move physically.
also, the birth pool was downstairs in our basement, so it
Yeah.
was a full set of stairs to contemplate, and
No, it just wasn't happening.
I had my nappy bin. I liked my nappy bin. No one was going to take my nappy bin off me.
That, do you know what an anchor is in the hypnobirthing world? It's something
That
that
was your
when you
bin.
have a surge or
It
you're
wasn't the plan.
stressed, that's your anchor. And sometimes it's your partner's hand. Lewis, definitely for you. Music, hypnobirthing scripts,
Yeah.
combs.
Oh, I thought I was going to like the comb. I was like, just give me a comb.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nope.
Don't like it.
No.
But for you, it was your nappy bin.
For me, it was my nappy bin.
I loved the pool.
It was the
Loved
best.
it.
If you could just... Oh, I'm going to ask you this, but I will. If you could describe your birth in one sentence, what would it be? Or even a
What's
word
one
if
word?
you want.
Wild. Just wild.
Wild, yes,
Yeah.
I love that. Because, again, misconception, the birth is pain-free. They are out there. It is quite possible to have a pain-free birth. But you shouldn't go into it thinking it isn't going to be painful. It's wild. It's life-changing.
Yeah, like it's raw.
It's raw. It's going to take
I
you
was
to
just gonna
places.
say great. Like, I was trying to think of a sentence. I was like, no, it's
Great.
just great. Like, it's just great.
I like that.
And it really defines like you being a woman.
Yeah, empowering. That's
Yeah,
what most people
it's
say.
so it's so
But I
empowering.
think that's what were saying earlier about whether we say how good a birth we had to other people.
Yeah.
Like, because everyone around me who's had babies at the same time hasn't had not everybody, nearly everybody
Yeah.
around me hasn't had a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like I cheated my way into it. And I
So bad,
like,
isn't it?
I know I need to get that out of my head.
But that's why there is so much bad birth stories out there, and why because women don't feel like they can share their
The
positive
good ones, yeah.
because they feel bad sharing a positive story with people who've had negative. But I bet if you asked them, they would probably want to hear.
Yeah.
It's our own misconception and of, oh, I can't share something positive because they've had such a crap time. When actually, especially if they want more kids, it gives them that element of hope of there is more out there.
And because you've been led to put your body and trust into someone else's hands, it does take a lot of self-confidence and self-belief to think, I'm going to be all right doing this by
I'm going to
myself.
be all right. I'm going to do it.
Because it is just you. Like, you're not doing anything.
No, literally not.
It's like your body.
When I say that, I'm like, that the family were like, oh, thank you so much, Kat. Couldn't have done it without you. And I was like, but you did. I'm just a present person.
Yeah,
Sat here
you're
drinking
there
coffee.
as just like a nice bit of
Safety net.
safety net and
Yeah.
confidence. So you just know that you can get on with it and you're safe. And if at any point the professional is concerned about something,
Yeah.
they let you know. Otherwise, your body, you're the vessel.
Yeah,
we
it's
are
your
just
right.
we are just a spectator in this.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. They're gonna come out if we're left to it.
That's why they call it the rite of passage,
Yeah.
which I love. 3 questions. What's a defining moment in your life? Either one of you can go first.
I didn't even want to have children.
I know.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want a baby at all. And I think maybe during lockdown I had more time to think. And I didn't even think about it at some point. I'm not sure if it was the clock. And I was just very aware of babies and children. And because I'd had a long time of being like, no thank you, don't want them, not at all, not for me, to then my brain going, oh,
Maybe I do.
And it wasn't even like I thought I wanted one. I was like,
Should I?
Should I have
That's
one? Which
really interesting.
fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, because you're not a follower.
No, but it was just my brain going, oh.
But it wasn't. It was your clock.
It was my clock. Stupid thing. And then because Lewis is like always like, he's from an Italian family,
so
kids,
maternal.
like family, lovely. But I'd been straight up with him from the beginning, like not having kids. We got married with him knowing full well that we weren't going to have kids. And then we were on holiday and I was like, I really didn't want to say the words out loud. It was horrible. So I had basically a little cry and said, I think I want a baby.
Oh, I bet he was in bits.
Oh, he was just buzzing. It was
Yeah.
smiling
Oh,
at
you
him.
didn't take convincing the other way around then?
Not at all. Not at all. And but then because of that, then when I did get pregnant, and for probably the first 6 months, it was really shit.
Yeah.
Like I had a perfect pregnancy, and looking back on it, it was a lovely time. But mentally, I really struggled with it.
I enjoy being pregnant.
I just struggled because I was still battling do I want a baby?
Yeah, and your body.
Yeah.
But you now know you're definitely.
Yeah, and now I'm like, I loved it. Looking back, pregnancy was wicked.
Yeah.
And I had a lovely time and I love him to bits.
He's lush.
And I used to be like, if I was in anywhere that there was a baby, and people were like, oh, you made
And
a
you
booty.
weren't
I'm
like
like,
that,
absolutely
no.
not. And now I'm like, look at that little baby. Look at that. And I'm like, what has happened to me? What has happened to me?
You had your
Disgusting.
defining moment. What about you?
I think on the like doing it my way front, although I was still a child, so maybe I just always did, but I decided to go to Thailand in the middle of my A-levels of my own fruition, against my parents' best wishes and advice. And now when I have to make a decision, that's what I always go back to.
Nice.
Because it was just the best decision ever.
Yeah.
Like,
What,
zero
when you're like
regrets.
second guessing whether you should do something or make, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I go back to, is like, well, is it actually what I want to do? Because I was quite academic and all of
Yeah.
those things, and it didn't really affect my grades. But it was stepping out of like the norm and that, and so now, yeah, when I have to make a decision, that's the one I
definitely
go
a
back on.
definitive moment. I can't imagine you doing that.
This is
How
the
old
thing,
were you?
is, like,
I genuinely.
I was 17.
I can't
Wow.
imagine.
It
Knowing
turns
how
out
you are,
if you have your own passport, your parents can't stop you. But I did go to
Wow.
Citizens Advice to find that out.
Oh my gosh.
that's more Brian-y. No, that's why I'm like, what? You went to Thailand?
Oh no,
by yourself?
I planned it. I had a PowerPoint presentation,
Wow.
I had a poster presentation, and I took my passport before asking my parents.
Wow.
Yeah, and just...
Good for you.
How
Well,
would
the
you
kid-
feel like if she
Oh,
then...
no, I was just gonna say.
I've made the mistake. I've already told that story to my stepson.
Yeah.
His dad just kind of looked at me and was like, "There's
You
no-"
should tell your kids everything.
Yeah, like-
you should.
I would feel quite okay about her doing it. I chose to do it. I got back, I can't remember, it was a week or 2 weeks before they then had a military coup.
Oh, wow.
I think the timing could have been better.
Yeah.
Or with the timing perfect, if that's...
Yeah, this is
Absolutely.
true. The
Yeah,
timing
you
could have
got
been
back.
worse.
You got back. If you could go back and tell your younger self something, what would it be?
I would tell her to not trust the people or the companies that you are led to believe have got your best interests at heart.
I'm going to poke you. Are you on about Farmer?
I'm on about many things.
Yeah.
Like Farmer is one of them.
Yeah.
But you're just, like, we forget that we are in this big world, the consumer and the test.
You're in control.
The test rabbits
Yeah.
for things, and that the people who we think are doing things for a certain reason are just doing it to make some money, to make a lot of money.
Has this always been a thing, or
No.
is this since you've had a home birth?
Um,
Or a kid, even?
so it kind of started during the pandemic, and then it's grown.
Same as Nathan, my husband, but him and Louis, I've said
sorry.
they've got the same viewpoints and things. On
Yeah, because when you start becoming aware of things, you start becoming aware of more things.
Yeah,
and
you
then
just go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, and then it's really hard to not second guess and to question
What the hell is
reasons.
going on?
Yeah, for things.
That's another podcast.
Yeah.
Lewis and my husband should
Oh
do
my
one.
God.
What about you? What would
What
you
the hell
tell
is
your
going on?
younger self?
Get a bigger house.
Okay. Interesting. What, earlier on, or your house is, you've got a big house. Now you've got another one.
Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
I mean, it's just a thing at the moment because
Yeah.
we're quite full. I deliberately got it was one bed when I got it, it's now 2-bed flat, fixer-upper, so that I wouldn't battle as a single person on my own.
Yeah.
I have since added 1 snake, 2 cats,
A
1
stepson.
partner, a stepson, and a daughter. And we don't rattle.
So would
Wow.
you truly tell your younger child, when you grow up, make sure you buy a big house?
At the point that I was making that decision,
Yeah.
yes.
That's really interesting. I think my son would say the same. That's why, because when he was on our podcast on the first one, I was on about what we talked about career, education, what defines you as success. What's the definition of success? And he was like work,
See,
house, and
It's not a success thing, it's
Comfort.
Just a
it's
comfort.
comfort.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to move right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, but it would be easier if I.
Literally, honestly,
Get
someone
rid of
out
the
there is
husband,
going
there'll be more space.
get rid of the husband. He's really cool. Don't.
It's really cool.
There's someone out there listening to that who's like, oh my God, yeah, that's what I need to do. Because
it was a choice. I was looking at it was detached. It was 3-bed. It was completely run down, but so was the flat I bought.
Yeah.
I think in my head it would have been a lot more work, but actually a kitchen's a kitchen, a bathroom's a bathroom. I don't think it'd have been that much more work, and I could have just stayed there.
Yeah.
So yes, if financially it doesn't matter, which
It didn't at the
It
time.
didn't at the time.
Yeah. Go for it.
Go
Go for
big.
it.
go for
Go
it.
big.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just go
Go
big.
big or go home. What's a podcast, a movie? I'm going to add a song actually. A song or a book that you think that people out there should definitely read, listen to, watch.
So mine is a book, and this is now probably going to split listeners, watchers into 2 camps. So
Okay.
feel free to just
I
mute
love that.
at this point. But it's a book called Dissolving Illusions by Suzanne Humphreys,
Okay.
and it's about vaccines.
Vaccines.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought it up.
I don't want to go into detail with it because it is a very
It's controversial.
controversial, but it's
That's
also
okay.
it's very emotional. So we decided to not vaccinate Tino, and it's something that I'm very glad that we.
You're
didn't.
uncomfortable talking about it though, because you look squirmy sat there, and you're not like that as a person.
I'm comfortable talking about it to people who are comfortable talking about it, and I
Yeah.
know not a lot of people are. And so I'm not going to go into it, but it's just something that someone said to me. Actually, like Lewis brought it up because when it was coming around to that time,
Yeah.
no thoughts about it whatsoever. I was very much like, yes, this is my child. He's going to go. He's going to get his
8
jabs.
weeks, he's going to get his jabs.
What we do.
Yeah.
And Lewis just mentioned to me, he was like, are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, why wouldn't we? And I was like, and then I was thinking how much research I put into my birth, how much research I put into what nappies
Yeah.
that I was going to give him. And I was like, and I'm just now going to happily just hand over my child and let him be
Without
injected at
researching.
6 weeks old.
Yeah.
My gorgeous little...
Italian stallion.
Yeah, like this little harmless child who's got no defence, like I am his defence, and it then started not sitting right with me. I started looking into it, as I should have anyway. I don't know why I
Yes.
didn't even think that I shouldn't have looked into it. And I'd had everything booked, like he was booked in for everything, and just the closer and closer it got to it, just the more my gut was just
So you feel
starting
right.
to absolutely panic and be like, I don't want this to happen.
Yeah.
So we looked into it more. I'm just insanely glad that I
That you
didn't.
didn't.
So it's just to put it out there for prospective people who are coming to that situation.
What's it called again?
Dissolving Illusions by Suzanne Humphreys.
Suzanne Humphreys.
Just investigate and then you make your
Make your decision.
decision.
It's the same with, it's like having Vic K or Anti-D in things in pregnancy.
Yeah.
You would do the research because it's you. You hit the nail on the head. We were young when we had kids. All our kids were vaccinated. I can guarantee you if I had my babies now, Nathan would be like, no, it's
Yeah.
not happening, because that's how strongly he feels,
Yeah.
because he's read about it.
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't know enough about it.
And
But
there's quite a few people I know now who did with their first, but with their second they haven't.
Same. Loads of my clients are going down the road of...
Yeah.
I'll have to find it and I might post the link. There's a clinic in London where you can actually... Because obviously so many vaccines have got like 21 things in them now.
There's a ridiculous amount of things.
Where
in it, yeah.
you can see... They can test your baby and see what it's lacking in and what it actually needs.
Mm-hmm.
So expensive. But what a genius. What about you? A book? Or did you want to say something about vaccines?
Not really. I was going to say that it's not all or nothing either. So
Yeah.
for me, I did look at it, but because I didn't have all my vaccines as a child.
Yeah.
So like my family history sways the other way,
The
and
other
then I
way.
looked at it for myself when I was 13. So I figured if I looked at it for myself, I should probably look at it for her.
Yeah.
We ended up playing around with the time of hers
Yeah.
as well. So,
So
it
not
wasn't
having
all or
them
nothing.
all in one go, separating.
And she was a little bit older. She had oral thrush for ages,
Yeah.
and it didn't feel right at time and stuff.
It's a big
And as
decision.
much as
It's
and
whatever
doctors
you're
will be like, oh, it doesn't matter for this, that, or the other, and I'm like, well, it doesn't, but it also like the timeline's pretty arbitrary.
It's whatever you're comfortable with, but we had a lot of pushback from the doctors.
I can imagine.
A lot of
I was
respect.
really happy. I thought, because I went in, because we'd booked her appointment, and then I made the decision before, but it was paired with something else that she was supposed to be going in for. I thought I was going to turn up and there's loads of pushback. Ben wasn't off work because we weren't doing that. I didn't need an extra pair of hands to go and get her weighed. I was really, really surprised that the health visitors just went, oh, so you've come in with that decision today. No, if that's in your head today, then that's definitely not happening today. And I was like, oh, I'd gone in with like this whole
ready.
plan, and I was like,
that's
oh,
positive.
okay, thank you.
That's positive.
So how much does she weigh?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought it up. Not because I don't really have an opinion on it. I'm saying it based on Nathan's. Me and him would be having long discussions if we had our kids. But nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
And that's why so for context, she messaged me and was like, shall I? And I was like, well, I'm going to ask you now anyway. And you were like, oh, I don't really want to bring it up. Let's talk about it before.
I'm not going to throw what people should do.
No,
it's my opinion.
You don't come
it's what
across like that, though.
It's what we decided is best for our child. But if I can get one person to look
Just have a read.
to look into it,
Yeah,
it's worth it.
defo. What about you? Book, podcast, movie, song? It doesn't have to be related to
Thailand.
or
Song from
mums,
Thailand.
or mumming or whatever.
To
Or a quote.
Well, there's a book that I've always said should be on the curriculum, but I guess you went heavy, so I can go heavy.
Yeah.
Go for it, babe. Let's go in.
Deep dive.
Is Know My Name. Which it's really ironic because I've now forgotten the author. and it's impossible.
Someone out there will know it. No,
We'll
my
find it.
name.
Put the link
I'll
in.
find it and send it to you.
What's it about?
It is the autobiography of a lady who was in the news back in 2013 maybe, as part of what was called a Stanford rape case.
Okay.
She'd been assaulted, and it was the person who, the assaulter, the attorney was like, oh, but it will spoil this young swimmer's dreams to get sent to prison. And then it's her perspective on that.
She was the person who got assaulted.
She was the person who got assaulted. So heavy,
Yeah.
but is so well written. Her degree was literature, so
Know My Name.
Know My Name.
I'm
Know
gonna
My Name.
read
Is
that.
one
of it.
Yeah.
I didn't
What
think I
is-
wanted to
what is
read
her
it.
name?
I didn't think I wanted to read it, and my friend was like, no, it's really well done. I think it should be in schools. And I read it, and I was like, you know what? It's really heavy,
Yeah.
but it probably should be.
Oh, there's so much that should be in schools. That's like another podcast.
Oh, don't.
This
It's going to
country.
nursery next on September now, and then that's going to be the next stress.
Oh, in other countries, they teach kids about sex from age 4. Like, why aren't we?
You'd be
It's
teaching them about a
ridiculous.
lot of things that they're not getting
I
taught.
know, but that's a biggie. That's life. It's ridiculous. Thank you for coming on.
That's
Thank
all right. Sorry
you.
for the.
Oh, don't worry.
She's louder than normal.
It's fine.